All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a couple things about my dad. Now, my dad passed away with COVID last year in November, and I I thought he would live for a long time without. If he didn't get the COVID, he would live forever. Like he was doing very well, but I really felt that that was upsetting. But the thing that I want to mention, I miss him so much. I wish he was still around. I wish we were both famous at this time because he was always having a struggle. He was always so poor, so I really wanted that for him. But the success. But so he's on YouTube as well. Just look up Pawn Life or 84 Years Young, and you'll see him. He's totally gorgeous like I am, even at 84 and 78 when he was on the videos. Anyway, so I just want to say, that I when we were younger, like when I was growing up, and my dad was obviously my dad looked very good. Once you see him on there on 84 Years Young, and you see the other video when he was 78, you'll see how good looking he was. He was very good looking. Obviously, me as Marco, right? He was very good looking. So for him, life was very, fantasy like. He had a fantasy life. He dated lots before he got married. He married a beautiful woman, all that. My mom, and he was happy and he did very well. But anyway, I just want to say that, like for me, when I was growing up, I felt that my dad was always so good looking, and I always wanted him to be a model. Like I always felt like he should have been a model, and he was always like very much like very much like I would say like I was always so angry. I was always like, why isn't my dad modeling? Like he would do such a good job modeling, but not everybody accepts someone, and not everybody thinks they should join the modeling crew, whatever. And so he was never really like a high paid model. Like he was a performer, but no one ever paid him his worth, and I felt really bad about that too. I thought like, how could he not be paid? He was so good, and so you'll see him online, and you'll see how great he was, and he was like 78 and 84 in those videos, and like when he was young, he was like drop dead gorgeous, like a classic Hollywood star, right? So he was like so good. Now, I usually say as Marco because I don't say that that's Melina's dad because I don't identify as Melina, but I say Marco's dad, right? And Marco's dad was like so good looking for all of his life. And so, I really wanted that for him, and I was always so upset growing up. I was always like, why isn't my dad doing things that he should be, Like he was so good, and he literally looked like, if you saw him, you'd be like, oh my God. Just like when you see me, you're like, oh my God, Melina Marco looks so good. We look amazing, yes, but that's how my dad looked, right? And people to this day are like, oh my God, that's your dad? Like, no way. I found when I was in high school, I felt like when people saw my dad, they were very much like shocked because he was like so good looking. So, people were just very floored by it and just couldn't believe it. And, it's just that's just how he looked, right? Anyway, so I always felt like, hey, my dad should have been famous. Even now, like he was on YouTube, and he's on YouTube. There's two videos, and I really felt he should have been famous. I really felt that he should have been famous while he was alive. Like he was so good, and I felt really bad that he never got to see his fame and his worth and all that. I really wish he would have done the things that he needed to do. And he was always so kind to me. He was always such a kind person to me. He really wanted to see me succeed. He hated when I was suffering. He hated when I wasn't happy. He really lived life for me. And my mom was the same way. My mom was definitely sacrificed for me constantly. My mom always sacrificed for me. She always did everything to make sure that I would be happy. My parents were very good that way. They were very nice. They really made me feel like amazing. They really gave me a good life. So I really am grateful to that. I really want to say thanks to them, obviously. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Totally enjoyed the show, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Da, 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 da. Bye, guys.